Hello, everyone. Today we have a special guest. It's Matt from Press Hunt. He's a good friend of mine. We've talked throughout some time now, and I finally got him to join me on my show. So I'm super excited and grateful and thankful. Well, that's a lot to say all in one, but I know he's traveling. He made some time for me, and I'm really curious to share his story with you guys, so you guys can find out a little bit more about who he is, what he's all about. And Matt, you ready for a top 10 with Tony?
Yeah, let's do it. I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, welcome, welcome. So let's just start off with the traditional one-word open. So one word that you could describe how you feel, or as a being, as a person, or whatever that is. If it's one word could describe your exact state right now, please share that with us.
My exact state right now, independence.
Awesome, well put, great. So let's just start with your business. How did you get started in your business? Give us the timeline on how you started with the business and all that good stuff.
With Press Hunt? With this
Yes.
business in general. Okay, so with Press Hunt, I mean, it really goes back to maybe 5 years ago when I was 18. I did this thing with my friend. It was called Rumbler Tinder for Fighting, and it was just like a PR stunt. So we made like this landing page and like a logo and like app mock-ups of a Tinder for Fighting app, and then we emailed it to VentureBeat and a few other places, and they picked it up. And within 4 days, like hundreds of media outlets picked it up, and we had like Washington Post, Independent, BBC, Mike Tyson, like literally everybody you can name. They covered it, and from there I got into PR. I started an agency, and then realized how hard it was to do all this cold outreach to journalists, and so I started Press Hunt a few years after doing that with my co-founder Aaron Tsai, and Press Hunt's a full featured PR platform, and so you can do the whole like PR, all of your PR work in one place. And we've been building that for 2.5 years, almost 3 years now.
Awesome. Sounds like a pretty cool SaaS product that you offer. Cool.
I think so.
I think so too. I've been dabbling with it a little bit. So tell us about your biggest win and what did you learn from it?
Biggest win. So in 2018, when we started Press Hunt, we were doing this challenge that was we were going to build 24 products in 12 months. And at that point, we had worked on an angel funded startup for about a year, and basically like ran it into the ground. Didn't have enough money to make anything interesting, and didn't know how to do anything without money either. So we ended up in January 2018, or in December 2018, I had $18.29 left to my name, like checking, savings, everything. No college degree, no past employment history my entire life. I had never been on any salary before. I was like 20, and in New York City, living with a bunch of roommates. And I decided we had like a week to make some money so I could pay for rent. And so we launched that challenge where we were going to make 24 products in 12 months. And we launched this product called Atom Network, which was like honestly a very early iteration of Press Hunt, but it was like a service-based business. We launched that and we made $1,800 in the first day. And that resurrected me from poverty a little bit, and could buy food at least. And then everything, started from there.
Awesome. And then talk to me about, so that was your win and how you got it launched and made some revenue. Talk to us about your biggest failure and what you learned from it.
So many failures. Oh my God. Well, the thing that happened that led up to that's a huge failure. I mean, we ran that angel funded startup into the ground. I only had $18 left. That's a pretty big failure. I don't spend too much time thinking about the failures. There's tons of them, all sorts of magnitudes, tons of them. But that was a big failure.
Got it. Okay. Place. And then tell us about your biggest expenses that you have in your business today.
Well, we just hired our first employee, so he's the biggest expense. And let's see, what else do we have? Like services, we've got probably Parabola.io. It's a no-code tool, and we use them for a ton of things like automated emails, data processing, excuse me, data enrichment, all sorts of stuff.
Awesome. Got it. So there's a good two things that you mentioned with us, human capital and what was the second one called?
This was Prabla. I think it's Prabla.io or like PrablaHQ.io or something. But yeah, it's a no-code tool, and it's extremely powerful. And
Cool.
it's kind of like a Zapier, like an overpowered Zapier.
Awesome. Awesome. I'll have to check it out. And then tell everybody about, what's your best method of acquiring new clients right now?
So diversification of distribution channels. So we have a bunch of distribution channels up. So we have, standard like Google SEO, we have email outreach, we have Twitter, we have, personal network or like one-to-one sales, LinkedIn, like as many different channels as you can get, the better.
Got it. And then if you could step into my shoes, what would you ask that I'm not asking right now of you? What's one question that I should be asking that I haven't asked yet? If any.
I don't know if there's one. I don't know. I don't know.
Very cool. Very cool. And then coming to a close here, tell us, tell my listeners, our listeners, how they can get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you, connect with you, to find out more about you and your company and all that good stuff.
My Twitter is MSH_NYC. And that's probably the best place. They can tweet
Awesome.
me or DM me. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Very cool. And then the final question to close it up. What's your one word close?
One word close is boss.
Boss.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, everyone. Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing your story with us. And now people know more about you and what you're all about and how they can get a hold of you. So till next time, we'll talk to everybody later.
All right. I appreciate it.
Of course. Bye-bye. Thank you.